I have an announcement. I think as Twitch viewers, you guys are going to be happy. So, as you guys know, obviously, ever since launching the podcast, I've been very busy. Only Gas Stuff's got me busy. I've been meaning to get back into the groove of things, but I keep just kind of saying it and not doing it. And today I'm excited to share that I know it's not much, but I will be streaming every Monday on Twitch. Okay? Today is the first Monday that we're streaming on Twitch. But I'm going to be streaming every Monday. We've never had a schedule before on here. But I'm growing up a little bit. I'm an adult now, okay? We actually, I know, a schedule. I've been sticking to the podcast schedule very rigorously, okay? We have not missed a beat. We have not missed a single Wednesday, okay? I'm growing up a little bit. I'm like, okay, all right, we're gonna maybe try this Twitch. Now we're gonna stream every Monday. Now listen, we might stream more than that. I don't know, okay, but I'm not going to promise that. What I will promise is on Mondays, I'm not really ever doing so I'm just going to start going live on Mondays. Tap in every Monday. We're going to go live every Wednesday. We got the Gobcast. I'm trying to get back in the groove of dropping at least every week on my main channel. I want to have a consistent flow of, like, stuff for you guys, just on, like, different things. We got Gobcast, we got main channel, and I feel like I've really been, like, grinding out the podcast a lot. And now it's finally, we're settled in. We're really, it's moving like butter now. I got all my guests booked up. My team, Chris, they get it. They understand what they have to do now. It's easy. So now it's time to move on. I'm going to be honest, bro. With how much it costs to make the Gobcast, I damn near am poor again. All right? We had my little run before the Gobcast went independent, all right? Then we went independent, and I had to rent a studio and pay staff, and all of a sudden I'm not balling so hard. Oh, shit. All right, let's take a bong rip, dude. Let's take a bong rip. Hey, my team's eating, though. They got steady paychecks. Hey, let's get it. All right, cheers, everybody. Ooh, just got to pay them poverty wages. Damn, is that it? I mean, I'll be super straight. I'm very transparent. I'll tell you guys straight up how much money it cost me to produce the Gobcast. Do you want to know how much it costs to make the Gobcast? We're operating at a loss on my show, believe it or not. We're even with sponsors and ad revenue, we are generally not profiting month to month. And granted, I spend a lot more than I have to. I'm going to make this clear right now. Could I spend less? Absolutely. But I don't want to. This is like my baby. Like, I'm investing in this. I'm not cutting costs. I'm not trying to operate it. If I break even and drop every week, we're winning. We're up. That's golden, right? But it cost me. So this past month, actually, no, I'll just tell you per episode so you can break it down easier. Because sometimes we shoot more than 4 episodes a month. But per episode, it cost me $1,800 just in production costs. That's from filming all the way to editing. I didn't even factor in the thumbnails yet. Add on the thumbnails. So we're in for about $2,000 every single episode. That does not factor in the studio rent. That does not factor in the parking for all my team members and my guests, which I have to pay for because California is fucked. Okay? There's no parking here. So I have to pay just under $2,000 just for the production of the episode. Then I have to pay the rent of my studio. Then I have to pay for parking for all of my team members, which is $14 a day for every single car that's there. We're in for like $60 a day every shoot, every time you want to film, right? We're bleeding over here. But I'm not going to lie, it's the most fun I've ever had making content, bro. I've never in my life had this much fun. It feels like I'm playing The Sims. Like, it literally feels like I'm playing like a Sims mod, bro. Like, I wake up, it's like, damn, bro, I'm spending my money on this. I call all the shots. I get to say, like, hey, let's do this, guys. Like, if I have an idea, we can just go do that shit. It's fucking cool. It is, like, don't get me wrong, it's awesome. It's cool. I'm not complaining, bro. At all. 2 ain't bad? Yeah, well, I mean, add it up, bro. We're in for about 10 a month to produce my podcast, if we're including the parking spaces and we're including my share of the rent, right? Like, I mean, I share my studio space, right? I share the spot that I rent, the warehouse I rent, because we're only filming in there like 6 or 7 days a month. So it would just make no sense for me to get my own space, I share a space, but it costs a fuckload of money. It's expensive as fuck. It's in a very nice area. Because, I got to think of my guests. Like me, I don't live in a super nice part of LA at all, right? But my studio is in a very, very nice part because I want, like, high-profile people to be comfortable coming on my show. I don't want to be like, yeah, dude, just come to the trap and, like, lock your car. Make sure you, like, double lock it, you know? Like, no, it's fucking, dude, it's hard, man. It's fucking hard. It's like I gotta figure out the stupid ass shit, bro. I'm getting extorted by the parking managers at the fucking the warehouse I got. For some reason, all the places in LA. This is a common thing, by the way. This is not just like a you know, my building thing, but all these places in LA, parking costs $1 million, and for some reason, whenever you rent like a warehouse, for example, or a studio or somewhere to film or an office space, you have to rent the parking separately very commonly. I toured a lot of spaces before I settled on the one I picked, and this was a very common thing. Like, I had to pay for parking through a separate entity. And these guys, like, at first, I just pulled up, and I told my homies to pull up, and I was like, yo, just park right in front of the door. Like, they ain't gonna say shit. They ain't gonna press us. Like, we're gonna lock the door. They ain't towing shit. Fuck that. And it worked for, like, 2 months. The first 2 months, I didn't pay shit for parking. All of a sudden, bro, they sent in the Gestapo, dude. They sent in the fucking senior official. Yo, big boss walks up in my shit with no knock. Like, he literally, bro, all right. So listen, you walk into my warehouse, like, we're smoking always in that bitch, dude. We're like playing voicemail, smoking weed, you know. I'm taking a bong rip. This is just recently. I literally just exhaled a bong rip. I'm listening to a voicemail, and this guy walks the fuck in, just unannounced. And I look over, I'm like, kind of like, who are you? Like, I remember I was just like, hey, who are you? Like, I don't know who the fuck this guy is, right? It's like, oh, like, I'm so and so. I'm the parking lot manager. I just noticed, you know, you guys are daily parkers. Like, you guys, you know, we need to get you guys on passes. And he extorts my ass, bro. He walks in and taxes me, dude. No knock or nothing. So he tells me he only takes cash. Like, they only will take cash to pay for this parking lot. I'm like, all right, bro. Well, I only have 20s. It's fucking, like, it's some weird number, bro. It's like $16 or $14 per spot. It's not, like, it's a weird number. So I told him, I was like, I only have 20s. So, like, do you have change? No, he does not have change. So I look at him, I'm like, you'll only take cash and you do not have any change. What the fuck kind of business is this? You know, like, so I just told him, I was like, listen, bro, like, we'll just all move out to the street or whatever, you know, but, like, how do you expect me to have, like, even change, bro? Like, is there an ATM here? He's like, no, there's not an ATM here. I'm like, dude, like, what the fuck do you want me to do? So he's like, you're good for today. Just, like, next week, come with change. So I'm like, all right. I pull up the next week. I brought cash. Totally forgot to bring exact change, bro. I brought 20s again. Same shit. This time he brings big homie. So this time, big bro comes in with him. 2 motherfuckers walk in my shit. Okay? They walk up in my shit. Hey, you know, it's time, you know, we gotta get you on a parking plan, you know? Bro, I have a little sticker booklet in my fucking whip, and this guy pulls up and presses me every time I park, right? And collects the stickers and puts them on the car. Right? Like every time I get taxed, I get pressed immediately at my studio. It's unbelievable. I have a guest who pulls up. Somebody's coming to visit. Tax immediately. Insta tax. Right? I almost want to bring his ass on the show. Be like, why are you taxing me? But I know it's just his job. You know? So, like, I'm not that mad. I want Big Bro on. Like, who owns the parking lot? I want to chat with him because I'm pissed. You know? I'm fucking irritated about that. I don't like that shit. Talk to me, but who manages the parking lot? Like, who the fuck? Who do I reach out to in regards to the fucking parking lot? Big Bro's on my ass. Can we get a foot cam for the stream? I mean, I'm sure you guys have probably noticed on my podcast by now, but I literally tap my leg like the whole time while I'm sitting down. It's just an ADHD thing. Like, my legs do not stop moving when I'm sitting down. My top half, good. My legs, shit's pumping. Shit is going, my G. I get comments about it on the podcast all the time. It's funny to me because I guess I mean, no one's ever been able to see my legs in my content before. But it's like now, well, regularly at least. But now it's like every podcast episode, you know, yeah, you can see I tap my legs the entire fucking time. But yeah, fucking, dude, thank you all for the love on the Gobcast, by the way. Our fucking views per episode have been absolutely bonkers. And I really do appreciate that. I'm just going to say, chat, I really do appreciate that. The fucking, I mean, every single episode has just been banging. We're slamming. I mean, dude, 50K, 88K, 76K, 73K, 53K, 59K, 80K. Dude, we're drilling. We're drilling. I mean, I really, really appreciate it, everybody. So thank you all for the fucking support. It really means a lot. Drop a like on all the episodes if you do like them, you know. You should do the calls live. So the reason I don't do the calls live is because there's a lot of calls I cut out, bro. Like I talk to a lot of people, and it's just obvious. Like they call and they're just like, I don't know. They just say like stupid shit, you know. Like I just cut those out. You like don't hear, like I'll just hang up, you know. Like you don't hear those, you know. You guys hear like the good ones. Most of the time I don't have to edit that many out. But like, yeah, last week I cut like 2 or 3 out when we filmed. Yeah, exactly. Doing it live, you know, I mean, people can call in and say shit that could get me in trouble on the show, get me demonetized. Right now, believe it or not, on the Gobcast, we actually are like monetized and we make ad revenue, which is fucking awesome, guys. I'm not going to lie. I mean, it's the only thing helping me pay some of the bills on the show. It's really great. Probably because you don't talk about weed on there much anymore. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'm just kind of like really kind of recalibrated a lot and thought a lot about, you know, my content long term. And it's just in my head. It's like, well, I don't know if people want me to talk about weed on there all the time. And I don't really want to talk about weed on there all the time. Like, it's cool and all, but like, I've been so geared into like being on a weed podcast all the time that I'm like, damn, I want to kind of do this other shit, bro. You know, like, I don't know. It's still cool. I mean, whatever. It's like, obviously, yeah, I smoke hella fucking weed. Let's take a bong up right now. But I just don't think it has to be the entire theme of my show. I never really wanted it to be, you know? And I think lately I've just been having a lot of fun getting... And obviously there will still be people in the weed industry. I mean, obviously, you know, we just had fucking Raw Josh, you know, Josh Kesselman. But more so because of who he is in his business and who he is as like a person. Less than, oh, you smoke a lot of weed, you know? But yeah, I have some really, really fun upcoming guests. I don't know if I should spoil everybody yet. We are filming with some fun people this upcoming week, though. Yeah, Dave's a cool dude. Definitely, I get a lot of people asking me to bring him back on. He was just in Chicago for Juice World Day. He's like on a little like tour, doing a lot of shit right now, but... Yeah, whenever he gets back around, I'd love to link up with him. That'd be a banger part 2. I'd love to get a part 2 episode in with Lewis. Lewis hits me up, the MDMA trafficker. He hits me up all the time. I'd love to talk more about his time in jail. We didn't really get to touch on that much because there was just so much behind his story, you know? I mean, you got to realize this guy's been dealing drugs since before I was born. Like, that guy... He had some stories to share. So I do want to get him back on. RXK Neff, for sure. We got to get Neff back on. Fucking, I mean, he's a super cool dude. I'm sure you guys saw we had a great episode. Got lit. I respect RXK so much more because he really sat down for 2 hours with you. Bro, I mean, it was a great conversation. Super cool guy. You know, he just shot the shit and fucking yapped, you know? It was a great convo. Fucking, it's actually, so it's funny how we got him on the podcast, actually. We have a mutual friend who, like, for a long time has always told me, like, dude, whenever you launch your podcast, you got to get, like, Neff on the show. And he introduced me to his music. When he first said that to me, I actually, like, hadn't listened to his music before. And I was like, who is that? You know, and I went and I looked him up and I was like, what the like, this guy's the new gen Lil B, bro. Like, this shit is crazy. Like, what the fuck? Listen to more of it. And I was like, okay, all right. And then, you know, through that mutual friend is how I got in touch with, like, his manager and stuff, and then Neff, and got him on the show. Fucking, it was literally all just like a mutual homing kind of thing. Bill Nye the Science Guy, that would be crazy. Cody, dude, I've hit him up a few times about it. He just really doesn't want to travel, but I think he missed my message or something. I hit him up recently. I got to message him again about it. I also don't want to, like, spam the guy. Go tell him to jump on my show. I'm down to, dude, I would fly to him probably for that one, honestly. I mean, I would go. He's, like, never done a podcast, I don't think. I'd fly out there. I'll bring my producer, bro. We'll fly back out to fucking... He pulled up to Boston. I don't know exactly where he lives. I don't remember where... Oh, he told me, bro. Fuck, I don't remember exactly where he lives off top. But he pulled up to the Boston 420 thing that we did. So he can't be too far from there. I mean, bro, I don't like being away from home either. I totally get that. I just fucking force myself, you know? I totally get his vibe, though. Like, I'm not going to lie, all the time, I think about it and I'm like, damn, he's living, man. He bought a crib, I'm pretty sure. I remember seeing that vlog. He bought a crib. He's out there posted up. I'm like, shit, dude. I kind of want to be like that. Motherfuckers hit me up to fly out. I'm just like, nah. Because I'm scared of flying too, bro. I hate that shit. Are you kidding? I've kind of gotten over it a little bit now. I've conquered it, but through like countless flights. Through countless flights of literally clenching my seat, cold sweating for 4 hours, you know? Like, I made it past that.